Show starts in 5 minutes.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, Santa orange.
Show starts in 1 minute.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Union City, New Jersey. This is your movie quiz for Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. Here we go. Good evening and welcome to the Movie Quiz, part of the Trivia List network of games. I am your host, Chris Mann-Nelson, and in just a couple minutes, I am going to be walking you through 4 rounds of film-related trivia and puzzles. Now, this game, the Movie Quiz, is completely interactive. This is not just like a game show that you watch on TV where you sit and you yell answers at your screen. You can actually join the game, and all you got to do, if you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, just head to this website here, tmq.thetrivialist.com. You will be able to watch the game and play the game. You'll sign up with an email address and a team name, and then you will be able to see the answers, see the timer, and compete with everyone else in the game. It's a completely free, donation-based game to play. We'll talk about that a little later. But once you are signed up, you're going to be playing against our special guest tonight. He's returning to the Movie Quiz. He's been here before, a couple months back. I'm very excited to have him back. He is the producer of the upcoming movie Thruple, and he's also the co-host of another Trivia List game, which will be back at some point soon. Feeling Smart. Please welcome back to the Movie Quiz, Phil Hughes. Phil, hi.
Hi, how's it going, Chris? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's tonight. We're going a one guest show like the old days. It's just you and me, Phil.
That's good. I have multiple personalities, so
that's
we'll be
perfect.
Great.
They can all join in and help you out. So one thing I thought it might be fun to discuss. It's been, I think, in movies and TV with Loki and that Tomorrow War movie. Yes. It's been like a big time travel week. And I know you're a big Marvel. I know you're a big Marvel fan. Are you also like a fan of time travel in general?
I am. The sci-fi genre is always been something that I have a soft spot for. I will admit I have not watched the Tomorrow War yet. I'm like waiting for this weekend when I have some like chill time to do that. But I do. I love a good sci-fi movie. I love a good like action, fantasy, adventure type thing. So if that's a hint for the questions, maybe I'll actually do well tonight.
It's actually not. I thought it would.
Oh, okay,
be. I thought it'd be fun for a discussion. I actually made up a quick little bracket of like 8 of the best time travel movies according to me, and I matched them randomly, and I want to see what comes out on top. I thought that might be fun. So these are complete. I put in eight good time travel movies, and the chat. I figure you and I can vote. 2 gets the win, and the chat can be a tiebreaker.
Okay.
So these are completely random, but our first matchup is Bill and Ted 1 versus Looper.
I mean, it's got to go to Bill and Ted, right?
Yes, I agree. I'm going Bill and Ted. So that's Bill and Ted takes the win. Our second matchup here is Primer versus, I figured if I made it Back to the Future, that would be too easy. It's Back to the Future 3. So Primer versus Back to the Future 3.
You know, okay, I have to let my biases come in here. I have to go with Back to the Future 3. I don't think I can betray it.
I'm on the same page with you, Phil. I feel like objectively, Primer is a better movie and a better time travel movie, but
Back to the Future.
But Back to the Future 3 is great. So the next one we've got is we've got Loop. Wait, did I get Looper got in here twice? How did Looper sneak in here twice? That's supposed to be pretend that says Terminator 2.
Oh no!
Terminator 2 versus Edge of Tomorrow is the next matchup.
Oh man. We gotta go Terminator 2.
I gotta go Terminator also. Can I rename these? All right, pretend one of these loopers, the one that says looper is T2. Phil, you and I are synced up here. And then we've got X-Men Days of Future Past versus 12 Monkeys.
Does everyone see what's behind me? You expect me to betray the X-Men?
Ooh, okay. So this is going to be a tie because I'm going to go with 12 Monkeys. So chat, break the tie. 12 Monkeys versus Days of Future Past.
I promise there will be no hard feelings to be anyone in the chat. I cannot betray the X-Men. I wanted this to be difficult. I wanted this to be tough. All right. So far it's 2-1 for 12 Monkeys. I'll give it 3, 2, 1. And I'm calling it for 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys. All right. That brings us to round 2. Ooh, Bill and Ted versus Back to the Future 3. Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted. Yeah, because
that was just respect.
Agreed. And chat, even if Phil and I are in agreement and the movie wins, you can still sound off. So Bill and Ted's going to the finals. And we've also got T2. This is Looper / T2. T2 versus 12 Monkeys. That's hard. It is hard. But honestly, I really like the Terminator films. Yeah, I gotta go T2. I gotta go T Looper on this one too. That's also the best one in the franchise. Like we have to pay respects. Phil, we've only disagreed one time so far. This is it's because I'm an X-Men nerd. That's why it was. I mean, Days of Future Past is great. And for the win here, we've got Bill and Ted versus T2. I feel that that's gonna be easy. I think it's an easy final. Pretend that should say T2. For me, I feel like it's an easy final. I'm gonna go with Terminator 2 on that one. I think Bill and Ted is great. It's hilarious. It's funny, but like, come on. But as far as your winner is not in fact Looper, but it is. It says it should be Looper, but it's actually T2. So T2, according to this very quick. Very scientific. Very, very scientific poll. Terminator 2 is your best science fiction movie of all time travel movie of all time. Of those 8. We won't be taking any questions at this time. No, yeah, there's no this is moot, this is empirical. But if you want to sound off about if you disagree with any of those matchups in the chat, feel free to do so. Otherwise, Phil, are you ready to get the game started? Let's do it. All right, here we go. I'm putting it into in-game mode. We are in in-game mode. Here it comes. Oh, yes. In-game mode. All right. So quick ground rules for everybody. Don't cheat. Don't Google. Don't use IMDb. Don't put answers in the chat if you're just watching. And also don't forget to hit submit. Hit submit, even on a multiple choice answer. You will see underneath the question, it will show a little black text that shows what answer you put in. All right, so here we go. We're going to jump into our first round of the night. And it's going to be unmade sequels. Unmade sequels is going to be, let me show, let me get the thing up here. I had to switch. Here we go. No. Sorry. I'm making a mess. Stalling for time. Yeah, I'm stalling for time. I need to share a screen. Chrome tab. There we go. It's really going to be worth it once you see what I wanted to share. It's this image. I wanted to share this image of unmade sequels. So it's around all about the movies that never quite happened. All right, here we go. Question number 1. When Kingdom of the Crystal Skull finally hit screens in 2008, it incorporated elements of 20 years of unmade scripts like Indiana Jones and the Monkey King, City of the Gods, Castle of Blood, and So which of these is also a real unmade Indiana Jones script? Is it The Emperor's Tomb, The Fate of Atlantis, Saucer Men from Mars, or The Infernal Machine? And a hint, everything except the correct answer is actually they're real titles of Indiana Jones video games. But which one of these was a movie script that got incorporated into Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Oh. They tried so many times. Now I'm mad that I didn't play more Indiana Jones games to be able to rattle this off. They looked good. In researching this, I was like, some of them, there was like a PS2 one that actually looked really good.
Cool. Okay. Well, now I feel like I might have clicked the wrong one because I was thinking too much about that terrific movie.
Yes. Yeah. If you were thinking about the movie, you might remember probably the most controversial element of it is that it had aliens in it. And that's a holdover that was at George Lucas's insistence. And there was a script at one point called Indiana Jones and the Saucer Men from Mars.
Oh!
There was an Indiana Jones and the Saucer Men from Mars script that was like, it turned into Frank Darabont did City of the Gods, all based on aliens. Lucas like really just wanted that to happen no matter what. All right. Did you get that one right, Phil? There was only
I did. I remember. Yeah, the aliens. I was like, it has to be. It simply must.
Right, exactly. All right, so your next question. In the late 90s, Kevin Costner's planned sequel to The Bodyguard was canceled when what real-life famous person who was set to be the new lead actress was tragically killed? In the late 90s, Kevin Costner's planned sequel to The Bodyguard was canceled when what real-life famous person who was set to be the new lead actress was tragically killed?
Oh, all right. You know, I'm just gonna say that I was too young. Late 90s. We were in kindergarten. I'm kidding.
So this one team got it right. This was hard because the phrasing was very specific on this one. I didn't say what real life actor, or because this person was not an actor. She was a royal. It was Princess Diana. Oh. They were going to make a Bodyguard 2 with Princess Diana, which is, it's totally real and totally would have been so strange. Go from like Whitney Houston to Princess Diana. Like, all right, question number 3. This one's also multiple choice. One sequel script that rears its ugly head every few years is Beetlejuice Goes what? Beetlejuice Goes Bananas, Beetlejuice Goes to Hell, Beetlejuice Goes to College, or Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. It's a real script that every couple years they're always talking about making it. They get Tim Burton involved. They get Winona Ryder.
You know, I'm going for wishful thinking on this one. I feel like I know what the answer is, but I'm hoping it's what I picked instead.
There are no good answers here. They're all all brutal. But I think, what did you pick, Phil? Just out of curiosity.
I said Beetlejuice Goes to Hell.
No, he would go to a much more festive place. He was going to go to Hawaii. Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian that's going.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, it's definitely the worst option, and they keep talking about it. All right, question number 4. Proving that studios have always been sequel hungry. In 1944, after this movie won Best Picture, Warner Brothers announced a follow-up, Brazzaville, which thankfully never materialized. So I'm looking for the name of the original movie that won Best Picture, and Warner Brothers is like, yeah, let's make another one of these. They never did. Sorry if you can hear my air conditioner. It's loud.
It's hot, big deal.
It's hot, yeah. And we have central air, but it broke, and so we had to put window units in. A little insight, a little behind the scenes here at the movie quiz. The HVAC is broken. All right. So your Best Picture winner of 1943, so they announced it the following year, is Casablanca. They were going to make a Casablanca sequel. 42% of teams got it right. Good job. All right. Question number 5, multiple choice, and don't forget to hit submit. Just a reminder. The success of 2003's Freddy vs. Jason led to a planned sequel that would have had the 2 slashers facing off against what cinematic demon hunter? Is it John Constantine, Ash Williams, Hellboy, or Buffy Summers? So there would have been a Freddy vs. Jason versus who? John Constantine, Ash Williams, Hellboy, or Buffy?
Can we also just take a moment to appreciate Freddy versus Jason, though? I'm not a horror movie fan, but I love that movie.
I love that movie. It's one of those movies that like knows how stupid it needs to be and succeeds at it. And like they have a guy, there's like a character in it who is just Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, but not played by Jason Mewes. It's just like they're just like, have that guy in the movie, but don't pay that guy. Pay some other guy.
Hollywood.
So a lot of teams, I'd say most teams thought it was Buffy, but actually it is the hero of the Evil Dead series, Ash Williams. So there was going to be a Freddy versus Jason versus Ash that got like this close to getting made. Like they almost had Bruce Campbell involved.
Whoa.
All right, that would have been fun because as we said, Freddy versus Jason's so dumb that it totally would have worked. Question number 6. Monster Mash Fever also spread to the Halloween series with an unrealized crossover that would have pitted Michael Myers against what Hellraiser baddie? So they're gonna do another crossover with Michael Myers versus who from Hellraiser?
Wow, okay. I'm trying to envision this movie in my head. I'm like, okay. Right.
Yeah, this one feels way more like there was just like, okay, who's left? We got like these guys don't mesh like at all. So the answer, most teams got it right. Your answer is Pinhead. Pinhead, the guy with all the Cenobite with all the stuff sticking out of his head. Because
Michael man.
So Michael Myers is like they layered supernatural stuff onto it, but he's not from hell. Would have been weird. All right, question number 7. What musician turned screenwriter penned a treatment for the absolutely insane Gladiator 2 Christ Killer, which would have seen Russell Crowe fight the Roman gods in the afterlife and return to fight in the Vietnam War? That is only a fraction of the crazy shit that's in the script or the treatment for this movie. Look it up, please. It's crazy. Who wrote the treatment, though? Is it Ice Cube, Nick Cave, Rob Zombie, or RZA?
I honestly feel very robbed that this movie did not happen.
I know. Phil, you got to read about it. It's so crazy. Like, I could have written like I could have filled the whole page with what would have happened in this movie.
Insane. Wow. Okay.
So this was tough. This is a tough round for a first round. I apologize, but there will be easier questions coming. So because this one, low percentage answer, it's hard. It's Australian dark brooding Nick Cave. Nick Cave, who also wrote I think The Proposition and a few other well-received movies. Most teams thought Rob Zombie. That would make sense. I would want to see Rob Zombie direct Nick Cave's version of Gladiator 2.
Starring Russell Crowe. Can't forget
Russell
that
Crowe wanted this, too. Like, apparently, like, Nick Cave was like, didn't you die in Gladiator? And he's like, figure it out. He said, insane. And your last one, this one should be a little easier. Night Skies, an unmade Steven Spielberg written screenplay whose story elements evolved into both E.T. and Poltergeist, was originally conceived as a sequel to what 1977 film? And I'll tell you that could be misleading. It's a 1977 Steven Spielberg film. I'll tell you that because this has been a trickier round than I thought. So I will give you that little hint because there's another very famous 1977 space movie. All right, nicely done. Pretty much everybody got it. The answer is, so this movie, it's Close Encounters. It was a planned sequel to Close Encounters. They wanted him to write a sequel. He wrote like a really dark, like alien invasion thing.
Cool.
And but like a family befriended one of the aliens, and that became E.T. And like the aliens terrified a family, and that kind of turned into Poltergeist. Oh. And yeah, so it's kind of this unmade movie that became 2 other famous movies. All right, so that's the end of guys. What's that, Phil?
I said that's how you recycle.
Exactly. Yeah, don't throw anything away. All right, let's check out your leaderboard after 1 round. It was a tough round, but we've got some pretty good scores to start with. In second place, tied for second, we got 3 teams with 4 points apiece. We got Space Moths, Miami Dolphins, and Flannel Panel. And leading the way with 6 is Marley's Chains. So it was a hard first round. I usually try to make it a little easier in the first round. I'm sorry. But let's see how you do as we head into our second round of the night, your picture round. It's something I've done before, and I'm bringing it back. It's who wrote the book? Who wrote the book? So I'm going to show you a still of a movie that's an adaptation of a book, and you tell me the author of the book. Okay, so not who's in the movie, not the name of the movie, but who wrote the book that it's based on. All right. Ryan doesn't read. Okay, well, I mean, you could. It's never too late to try. You can pick up a book during this. Just cram. That's how I got through school for high school and college. All right. Yeah. Let me tee you up to answer author number 1. Here's your picture. All right. Who wrote this book?
I'm going to have the music stuck in my head all day now.
Yeah, this is Mr. Oz wrote this book about his own experiences in the land of Oz. Let me just correct some of these because you guys are getting it right, but this just misspelling it slightly. All right, so this is obviously The Wizard of Oz, which was written by L. Frank Baum. L. Frank Baum. And also last names are you can put last name only if you're unsure about anybody's first name. All right, question number 2. Here we go. Starting the timer.
I don't think I've seen this since I was in college. I feel like I should rewatch this.
Yeah, it's like a movie that's more just like in the zeitgeist and not like watched regularly. I feel like it's parodied. It's like everybody knows what it is. Everybody who submitted an answer got this right. You know that it's Frankenstein, and Frankenstein was written by Mary Shelley. I tried to pick one that was not like an image of like Boris Karloff in the makeup, but everyone's still 92%. Nicely done. All right, author number 3. I cropped his head off there. All right. This one I gave a little clue about on Instagram today.
Yes.
Telling you to look out for this one. So you can follow me on Instagram. Get a jump on the game every Wednesday night. All right. Nicely done. Good job. So the movie is Crazy Rich Asians. And the book, Crazy Rich Asians, was written by Kevin Kwan. Kevin Kwan is your answer. 50-50 on that one. 50% of teams got it. Nicely done. All right. Number 4. Movie number 4, author of the book that it's based on. I read this book, and it's actually scarier than the movie.
Really, I've never read the book, and confession, did not know it was based on a book.
Yeah, it's based on a book, and by I think he was your answer. About half teams knew it, and maybe a third of teams. William Peter Blatty is his name, and I think he was like a seminary student, so he knew a lot about like Catholic imagery and Catholic rites and stuff, like rites. And so like that's where the genesis of the Exorcist comes from. All right, number 5. Who is your author here?
I think my English teacher is going to hit me. We're going through these, I'm like, wow, I need to read more books as an adult. Because I'm like, I remember reading that, but I don't remember who wrote it.
That's my goal with this round, is to just make everybody have to give back their high school diplomas. All right, nicely done. Most teams that submitted this got it right. It's Breakfast at Tiffany's, which was written by Truman Capote. Truman Capote is your answer. All right, question number 6. This is probably the toughest one. This is a tough one for this round, but it was in the Instagram hint today. I'll say that. So if you pored over that Instagram post, Alex is losing her book cred.
Same.
All right, yeah, this is a tough one. So the image that I buried, I kind of tucked it away in the image today, was of the cover of the movie Beloved. That's Tandy Newton in the adaptation of Beloved by Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison is your answer. That was a tough one. Congrats to the 25% of teams that got it right, because that was probably the toughest one. Question number 7. This one should be easier. I think this one's just more like very obvious what movie it is. No! Alex lost her book cred. And yes, Ryan, Tandy Newton was drooling in that. It's like a gothic horror novel and movie. And also, happy birthday, Ryan. Happy birthday to Ryan. It's Ryan's birthday once again. Let me make sure everybody's gotten their points. Somebody that I had to correct because they added Mario Puzo. It's even in the title. Yes, it is. It's Mario Puzo's The Godfather. The Mario Puzo is your answer. And question number 8, your final question of this author round. Who's the author here?
The voice in my head is screaming one thing, and I feel like I just submitted the wrong one. But it's okay. We'll find out in a few seconds.
You can change it. Yeah, I mean, but you're committing to what you. But it's just nagging at you that it could be the wrong.
Because I saw the still and I was like, yeah, and then I hit submit and I was like, well.
All right, let me make sure. Let me correct this one because that is correct. What were your two? What was your 50-50 there, Phil?
My head was split because part of my head said John Green because I was like, the Notebook, isn't that his like vibe? These whole kind of things. But then there was another voice in my head that was screaming Nora Ephron, and I don't know why.
It was actually you're on a closer track. Neither is correct. I'm sorry to say. You're on a closer track with John Green, with like the like kind of tearjerker rom-com, dramedy, romantic drama. But it's Nicholas Sparks. Sparks wrote the Notebook. All right. And before we do scores, let's do our lightning round. I'm going to move the lightning round up. It's actually kind of piggybacking off of this round. So for this one, you could get 4 points. You can get up to 4 points. There's 5 potential answers for this one. but I just need you to name 4. For every one you get correct, you'll get a point. You don't have to get all 4 of them correct. You could get anywhere between 1 and 4 points, and there's 5 options. All right, so here we go. Piggybacking off of that author's round, here we go. Name 4 of the 5 top. Name 4 of the top 5 highest rated Stephen King adaptations, as according to Rotten Tomatoes. And I'll give you a hint. Surprisingly, only 2 of them are supernatural, and both of those are about psychic powers. All right, so there's 5 potential answers, 4 potential. You just got to name 4 of those top 5. The highest rated, as according to Rotten Tomatoes, adaptations of Stephen King works. Only 2 of them are supernatural, and both are about psychic powers. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. Good luck. Halfway there, 15 seconds. All right, so let's reveal your answers to this. Let me just make sure that I don't have to override anything. I think it's all accurate. Here we go. So those top 5, they're a little surprising. Carrie is number 1. Carrie is number 1, highest rated by like 1 percentage point, 93% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Shawshank is number 2, and Stand By Me are both tied for second. Then Misery. And then The Dead Zone. The Shining is not in the top 5, believe it or not. The Dead Zone has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than The Shining by like a couple of percentage points. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings after round 2 and the lightning round. In 3rd place with 12 points, we got Miami Dolphins. In 2nd place with 13 points, we've got Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts, and still in 1st by a point. 14 is the score for Marley's Chains. All right, so that is just about the halfway point of the game. So Phil, so let's take a break from trivia, and Phil, why don't you tell us about your project that you've got?
Yeah, so I'm currently the producer attached to an indie film that's currently in the crowdfunding phase called Thruple. It's honestly a major love letter to independent artists here in New York City. We're working with a lot of really talented folks to bring to life this story of a young artist who basically loses his voice in the metaphorical sense, and is trying to figure out how to just make all of these things start to work for him when everything starts to go wrong. He feels like he can't find love. He feels like he's losing his best friend. He feels like he's not able to write music, perform on stage anymore. And when you're an artist and that's your outlet and that's your path, what do you do? And of course, we wouldn't call the movie Thruple if it wasn't a little romance love triangle kind of moment going on there that is just super fun to play with, because it's not exactly what you would expect when you think of a throuple, and it's this interesting dynamic that I won't give too much away, but hopefully if people are interested, they'll check us out on Seed and Spark, where our crowdfunding is located, to learn a little bit more about that narrative, and also hear some really great music by some cool independent artists here in the city.
That's awesome. I put the, and for everybody who wants to check it out, I put the Seed and Spark link in the Twitch chat, so you can go check that out. That's very cool. I love, so you just you filmed live performances of the music?
So right now, since we're still early on, we haven't filmed the live performances, but we've worked with some of the independent artists to figure out what songs we want to use, and we have there's a dope soundtrack that if you are interested in supporting the campaign, you can get access to hear some of these independent artists. But we were able to film a couple of scenes from the movie, which is really exciting. And so we've already dropped one of those on our Instagram. If you want to take a look, it's a scene that kind of gives you a wink at what the throuple is like. And we actually, tomorrow, will be launching our second scene, which will introduce you to our main characters and sort of what is causing the tension to occur between them.
That's awesome.
That's where we're at.
That's great. And is this your first time producing a feature, Phil?
Yes. So this is my first time producing a feature, which is totally different from what I've done before, which is a lot of like short form content, primarily for YouTube. So it's been a fun learning experience to kind of take everything you learn when you're making short form video and then just, amplify that times 10 to reach that, 90-minute feature length experience. But it's been such a cool process. We have an amazing director who's a student or former student, excuse me, from the Tisch School of the Arts. So he's he's in the world. He has some amazing short films that he's done that really drew us to him. Our lead actress is in a band, which is super cool. It's called Dakota Jones. They're blowing up on Spotify right now. They've been in Netflix movies before. So it's cool that we're assembling this awesome team of directors and performers and musicians to help us tell this story.
All coming together nicely. That's really exciting. So everybody check out everybody. And what's the Instagram handle?
Yeah, the Instagram handle is Thruple the Movie. All one word, pretty easy to find. And there you can find updates from us on how the production and the campaign are going. You can check out that scene from the movie we already launched, as well as the new one we'll be dropping tomorrow. You can meet our cast, you can meet our crew members, and come along with us on this journey, because this film is something that is really special to all of us. It explores relationships, it explores music, it explores sort of that experience of being a New Yorker, all through a perspective and a lens that we're always in the crowd about, and now we get to learn about the people on stage a little bit more.
That's awesome. So yeah, everybody check that out. Check out the Instagram handle. Check out the Seed and Spark. Donate to help get the movie into production. And everything, get them everything they need. So that's awesome. We'll be keeping an eye out on that. And so let's head into round number 3.
Cool.
Round number 3 is going to be your puzzle round. So it's called The Song Title Remains the Same. So based on sample lyrics, pick the actor who is in a movie that takes its title from a song. So for example, I didn't write up this example, but if I said, which of these Oscar winners is just a poor boy from a poor family, spare him his life from this monstrosity? And your options were, let's see, Cuba Gooding Jr., Rami Malek, George Clooney, and Jeff Bridges. Those are lyrics from Bohemian Rhapsody, which starred Rami Malek, right? Okay. So it's about movies and songs that have the same title. I'll give you lyrics from the song, and you got to pick the actor that it would match up with. All right, great. Yes. Oh, I'm just seeing Ryan's comment here. The Shining not being in the top 5 is still fucking me up. I agree. I couldn't believe it. Dead Zone is higher than that. It's crazy. All right, so let's jump into our puzzle round here. It's all multiple choice. These are all going to be multiple choice that you'll choose from. So don't forget to hit submit. Which frequent Christopher Guest movie actor drove their Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry? Is it Catherine O'Hara, Jane Lynch, Michael McKean, or Eugene Levy? Which frequent Christopher Guest movie actor drove their Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry? Catherine O'Hara, Jane Lynch, Michael McKean, or Eugene Levy?
I like the setup for this round, Chris. My brain was like, wait, no, don't go there. Go there.
Right. Yeah, it's thank you. It's it was a fun one to write. But the tough part is always coming up with fake outs. It's you come up with an answer and then you got to come up with three incorrect answers. All right. So everybody who submitted got these right. Got this one right. Those are lyrics from American Pie, which starred Eugene Levy. I had originally written this as 90s teen actors, where the answer would have been Jason Biggs, and I was like, wait, Eugene Levy is in the movie with Levy in the lyrics. I couldn't resist it. All right, question number 2. What you want, what you gonna do when the Sheriff John Brown comes for you? Maybe you could call this NBC sitcom star. Is it Steve Carell, Ted Danson, Will Smith, or Jennifer Aniston? What you want, what you gonna do when the Sheriff John Brown comes for you? You got an NBC sitcom star.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. So, not a perfect score from the crowd on this one, but a pretty good answer. But a pretty good percentage of answers. Those are lyrics from the song "Bad Boys," and makes your answer Will Smith. Will Smith. That's from the song "Bad Boys." All right. Question number 3. What's that?
Fresh Prince originally aired on NBC.
Yeah, it was an NBC show. Yeah. All right. Question number 3. Which star of Big Little Lies hopes Neil Young will remember Southern Man Don't Need Him Around Anyhow? Is that Laura Dern, Reese Witherspoon, Zoe Kravitz, or Nicole Kidman? Which star of Big Little Lies hopes Neil Young will remember Southern Man Don't Need Him Around Anyhow? All right, so this one was also in the little Instagram image today. There was an image. So these are lyrics from the Leonard Skinner song "Sweet Home Alabama," and which one of these actors was in "Sweet Home Alabama"? Reese Witherspoon. 75% of teams got it right. Nicely done. All right, question number 4. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, you'll be able to identify this Star Trek The Next Generation actor. Is it Will Wheaton, Brent Spiner, Whoopi Goldberg, or Patrick Stewart? When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, you'll be able to identify this Star Trek The Next Generation actor. I envision everybody mentally or verbally humming these songs, trying to unlock that melody. So this is actually the second occurrence of this movie in just a few questions, because it is "Stand By Me." These are lyrics from "Stand By Me," which had Will Wheaton in it. Will Wheaton is your answer. Wesley Crusher on Star Trek The Next Generation. All right, question number 5. Find the True Detective star that has been blank, blank, blank. That's the name of the movie, and they say it in the lyrics. So it's just find the True Detective star that's been blank, 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 so long it's not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Is that Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey, Mahershala Ali, or Rachel McAdams? Find the True Detective star that has been blank, 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 so long it's not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Ryan is saying Picard is his captain. We can have that sub debate, that branched off debate in the chat if we want. Who's the best Star Trek captain? I would arguably say Picard. Are you? I know we talked about sci-fi and stuff. Just side note, are you into Star Trek at all, Phil?
So I've only seen like the newer generation of the movies, like with Chris Pine and stuff. But I recently got Peacock, and I know a lot of them on there. So I kind of want to go through and do them all.
Yeah, it takes the first 2 seasons of Next Generation are kind of tough, but it gets very good. And I've only seen the original 2 series. I haven't seen all the. I used to watch a little bit of Deep Space Nine, but that's anyway. The game. Sorry, I got sidetracked talking about Trek. And also I will say Star Trek Beyond is head and shoulders the best of the 3 Chris Pine movies, because it's the most actually like Star Trek-y. All right, so those 3 blanks in there. This is a Led Zeppelin song. The 3 blanks that you needed to fill in were dazed and confused. Been dazed and confused so long it's not true. And your answer is Matthew McConaughey. Nicely done. Good job, 75% of teams. All right, question number 6. Which of these EGOT winners was born in a crossfire hurricane and howled at their ma in the driving rain? But it's all right now. In fact, it's a gas. Is that Audrey Hepburn, Mel Brooks, Barbara Streisand, or Whoopi Goldberg? Those are all EGOT winners. There's no tricks there. Which of these EGOT winners was born in a crossfire hurricane and howled at their ma in the driving rain? But it's all right now. In fact, it's a gas. All right. So those lyrics are from the Rolling Stones song Jumpin' Jack Flash, which was, I think it was an early Penny Marshall movie, maybe her first ever, that starred Whoopi. Whoopi was not the answer in the Next Generation Stand By Me one, but now it's Whoopi's turn. 50% of teams got that right. Nicely done. All right, question number 7. Has this member of a famous acting family lost his mind? Can he see or is he blind? Is that Jeff Bridges, John Cusack, Alec Baldwin, or Peter Fonda? Which member? It's all members of famous acting families. Has he lost his mind? Can he see or is he blind? Should make a playlist out of all these songs when it's over.
I don't recognize. I'm like, oh, I need to listen to more music and read books. Wow, we're not doing great.
Yeah, again, I'm trying to make everyone feel terrible.
I love it.
All right, so about a third of teams got that one right. So those are lyrics from Black Sabbath's Iron Man. Those are the opening lyrics of I guess the opening lyric of Iron Man is "I am Iron Man," but the only one of these people who was in Iron Man is Jeff Bridges. All right, and question number 8, your final puzzle of the round. This 80s child actor's got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, he's got the month of May. Is that Corey Haim, Fred Savage, Corey Feldman, or Macaulay Culkin? This 80s child actor's got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, he's got the month of May. Yes. Yes, it did occur to me writing out Macaulay Culkin's name how close his name is to McClunky. It never dawned on me before. McClunky Culkin. And McClunky Culkin is your answer because those are the lyrics to the song My Girl. And he was in My Girl where he gets stung to death by bees. It's a family movie where Macaulay Culkin, beloved tow-headed star of Home Alone and Uncle Buck, is murdered by a nest of bees that he's allergic to. It's a really weird, spoilers for this movie that came out 30 years ago that everyone like memes. All right, so let's take a look. Check out My Girl starring McClunky Culkin, where he gets killed by bees. All right, let's check out your scores after 3 rounds. We got 1 round left. There's still plenty of points on the table, though, because we got a double points round and a big bonus question. Let's see. We've gotten tied for third, Marley's Chains and the Ringwoodians, both with 18 points apiece. And leading the game with 19 points apiece, Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts, tied with the Miami Dolphins. Oh, wow. Very interesting. All right, so like I said, we've got 1 more round with double points and a bonus question. But before we get to that, it's the end of round 3, and you know what that means. Hang on. Is a very special moment in every episode of the movie quiz. As I mentioned up top, TMQ is a completely donation-based, pay-as-you-wish show. and it really helps a lot. You can play for free, but it really helps a lot if you can donate. So every week, to help make my case to get you guys to donate, I always bring in titans of the cinematic world, and this week is no different. Please welcome, from the classic movie Top Gun and the upcoming Top Gun 2 Maverick, rogue rule-breaking pilot Maverick is here. Maverick himself. He's got his own royalty-free theme music. There he is. There he is. Wow. Maverick, that's how Maverick, you and I have known each other for a while, and that's, you always, and yes, we salute each other, and that's how you enter a room every time. And
that's right.
It's wonderful. It always, I know when you're coming.
That's right, Chris. I am a fighter jet pilot, and I have to enter a room like a fighter jet.
Yeah, with noisily and expensively. So you love that one, Maverick. So
yeah, it's a good one.
Maverick, I know that you wanted to. We'll get to donations in a second, but I know there's something you wanted to say here on the show tonight.
Look, Chris, thank you so much for having me on your show, on this platform. Now, a lot of my fellow Air Force pilots have been talking a lot to the Pentagon and the press about seeing UAPs, or formerly known as UFOs. And I, too, have seen my share of UAPs, but no one takes me serious because whenever someone says UAP, I say, and I'm watching.
Yeah, well, that's going to hurt your case if you're going to file a report. See, Maverick, I knew you were going to say something big tonight, but I didn't know you had some UFO or UAP info. Do you want to divulge it?
I'm flying over the Black Sea in Russia. I'm talking like a 1080 fire force move.
No, that's the most dangerous move.
That's right. And I'm flying by, and I see this spaceship. And I'm telling you, man, this thing is going fast. So I'm like, I got to kick it up a notch. So I fly right next to it, and I see this thing's got bumper stickers. That's right, bumper stickers on the back of the spaceship. Like human, like bumper stickers.
That's right. And they were in a decipherable human language.
That's right. these extraterrestrials, I tell you, man, they got a sense of humor.
Yeah, they're funny bumper stickers.
That's right. I took a snapshot of one of them. This one said, "How's my space driving? Call 1-800-FUCK-YOU."
Wow, man, that's a saucy extraterrestrial bumper sticker.
That's right.
Were there any other good ones?
That's right. So I'm like laughing at this bumper sticker. I'm like, this is good stuff. So yeah. I'm tailing him. I got my crosshairs right on him.
You got to read. Yeah, you got to read beep,
beep, beep, beep, beep, beep. I see another bumper sticker right under it. This one says "baby on board," and there's a little asterisk on "baby." And then if you follow your eyes, it says "your baby."
Wow,
it's abducting babies.
Wow, that's what this sounds upsetting. I'm surprised that the Pentagon hasn't taken you seriously about this. If they're abducting babies, and they've just got like what sounds to me like a Vermont Subaru full of stickers.
Oh yeah, you should have seen it. There was on the window. There's the famous character Calvin.
Yeah,
and he's taking a whiz. This Calvin, he's taking a whiz, and it's on the word "human."
Oh my God, no! This it's like a problem. This is an alien invasion underway.
That's what I'm saying. This is bad news. But I will say there was another bumper sticker which made me feel like these aliens, they are just like us.
Yeah.
It's this bumper sticker said "Visit Pawnee," and then it had like an NBC logo on it. So I'm assuming that these aliens are fans of the show Parks and Rec.
They got a Parks and Rec promotional bumper sticker. Well, before we get on the line with the Pentagon, can you just give people a quick rundown about giving to the movie quiz?
That's right. Let me tell you something. Look, you see this movie quiz? This is not this is not easy stuff. You know, I know a thing or two about hard stuff. I fly a big gun. But Chris here, this is the hard stuff. You got to throw him some cash. Why don't you donate some money? There's a Venmo right there. You could use your card. That's right. You can even use your card and just pay him money. Thank you for your service, Chris.
Thank you, Maverick. I really appreciate the time. This was the info you've given us tonight is hilarious but disturbing.
Thank you. That's exactly my thing.
That's Maverick's thing. Top Gun 2, hilarious but disturbing. All right. Well, I guess I'll let you get into back to filing your. Okay, and that's how you exit the room too. And thank you, Maverick. Good night. Good luck with the Pentagon.
How do you turn this thing off?
Well, thank you, Matt. My goodness, Maverick. That was very, very upsetting news that Maverick has brought to us. Also, very upsetting music that he was playing. But if you can throw some money in the tip jar, it goes a long way towards towards helping us bring you movie trivia every Wednesday night. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to Maverick. And now let's hop back into the game, into round number 4, which is going to be frequent collaborators. I had posted these guys on the Instagram image too, because they're always working together in various capacities. So I'm going to name you a bunch of movies where a director and a specific actor have worked together. For 1 point each, name the director or name the actor. You don't have to get both. You just got to get, you get 1 point for either one that you get correct. All right, here we go. Phil, you ready for this final regular?
Let's do this one. I think I can redeem myself this round.
I think you can. I have a good feeling about this one. Here we go. Frequent collaborators. Question number 1. Your movies are Saving Private Ryan, Catch Me If You Can, The Terminal, Bridge of Spies, and The Post. Name the director, name the actor.
Yes.
1 point each for either one. If you just know one, just put that and throw a wild guess out there. No penalties for incorrect answers. So no harm in guessing. All right. So all of these movies were directed by Steven Spielberg and featured Tom Hanks. It's Spielberg and Hanks. 83% of teams knew Spielberg, and about half knew that all of those had Hanks. All right. Question number 2. Just 3 movies. This is probably the fewest. Most of these are going to be 4 or above. They are When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, and You've Got Mail. Name the director and the actor who collaborated on all 3 of those movies.
I feel like this is mine to mess up.
Is this right in your wheelhouse, Phil?
I think so. I feel good about. I feel really good about this one because I was like, I feel like I talked about this.
Yes, you did, and you absolutely did. Now is the time. She did not write The Notebook, but she did write and direct these movies. Now is the time for Nora Ephron and Meg Ryan. Tom Hanks is incorrect because Tom Hanks was in 2 of those, but he's not in When Harry Met Sally. All right, question number 3. Your movies are Rope, Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much, and Vertigo. Rope, Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much, and Vertigo.
Oh, I'm blanking on the name. Oh, that's no fun.
Oh, you know what? Ryan brings up a good point. I am incorrect. She wrote When Harry Met Sally. Rob Reiner directed When Harry Met Sally. I'll figure out if you put Rob Reiner, I can give you credit for that because I am wrong. I will give Rob Reiner the credit. I am only human and I will make mistakes from time to time. So yeah, I get if you put Rob Reiner, you yeah, there's gonna be a graphic. There's gonna be no, but you know what graphic I did make but I never got to use. I can use it for this because for my accidental bringing up of people who have been canceled and then me getting canceled for it, I made it. So you can cancel me for this Rob Reiner, Nora Ephron snafu. All right. Let me. Yeah, Ryan loves it. I finally got to break out that cancel Chris graphic. All right. So the answers, your two collaborators here. I think pretty much everybody got it. Good job. It's Hitchcock and Jimmy Stewart. Hitchcock and Jimmy Stewart. He worked. I won't say it because I might reuse this category at some point with different. He had a lot of different. He would go through like phases where he would work with like one actor for like a bunch of movies in a row.
Yeah.
Pardon me. All right. Question number 4. Your movies. Several movies here. Planet of the Apes, Big Fish, Corpse Bride, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland, and Dark Shadows.
This one's a challenge. It could be a lot of people.
The director, I think. No, I don't want to give anything away. Let me make sure everybody's gotten it right. Okay, yes, a lot of people knew that these are all Tim Burton directed movies, and there's a lot of overlap in this list with Johnny Depp, but not all of these have Johnny Depp, like Big Fish and Planet of the Apes. But Helena Bonham Carter is in all of these. Helena Bonham Carter. That was an intentional tricky one. I meant to trick you, but
typed it.
25% of teams saw through it. All right, question number 5. Your movies are Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Intolerable Cruelty, Burn After Reading, and Hail Caesar. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Why can I not say the word intolerable? Intolerable Cruelty, Burn After Reading, and Hail Caesar. Who directed? And who's in all 4 of those?
That's a great question. That's why this is trivia.
So all of those movies, let's see, I think who got which I'm trying to see which one got more. It might have been an even split here. Those are all Coen Brothers movies starring George Clooney. Clooney got the more percentage on that one. All right. Question number 6. Your movies are Bridesmaids, The Heat, Spy, and Ghostbusters. Bridesmaids, The Heat, Spy, and Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh, I think I spelled the director's name wrong, but I hope you know who I mean.
I'm sure if it's close enough, All right, nicely done. More teams. I feel like the actor is definitely the easier half of this. That's Melissa McCarthy, and the director is Paul Feig. Paul Feig is. You got points for it, Phil?
Yeah, I got both of those.
Right,
those are
excellent.
honestly some of my favorite movies. So I was like, I need to know how to spell this man's name.
Yeah, as long as it's close. As long as I know that you know. All right. Question number 7. Your movies are Some Like It Hot, The Apartment, Irma La Deuce, The Fortune Cookie, and The Front Page. 5 movies. Some Like It Hot, The Apartment, Irma La Deuce, The Fortune Cookie, and The Front Page. Five movies spanning like I think 15 or 20 years. All right. Time is just about up. All right, yeah. You have to go back. All of these movies are like 65 to 65 years old. The most recent one's 1974, and those two collaborators are Jack Lemmon and Billy Wilder. Jack Lemmon and Billy Wilder worked together a lot, five separate times. Billy Wilder is awesome. Also did Double Indemnity, Sunset Boulevard. Really great classic film director. All right, and here comes question number 8, your final regular question before our big bonus. Hard 8, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, The Master. Hard 8, also known as Sydney, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, and The Master. And yes, last names are totally fine. I'm surprised. I thought more teams would. Let me correct this one. Yes, PTA counts. I should have programmed it to say that. All right, so yes, PTA is short for Paul Thomas Anderson, who directed Philip Seymour Hoffman in all of these movies. That's Paul Thomas Anderson and Philip Seymour Hoffman. Anderson works with a lot of the same people a lot, but I'm pretty sure only Philip Seymour Hoffman in these 5. Yes, absolute legends. And also, if you're here for Meredith and Peter, their game's gonna start very shortly. As soon as we wrap up the movie quiz here, we've got one last question to go, one last bonus question. Before we get into that, let's take a look at your final leaderboard heading into the final question of the game. We've got in third place with 33 points, Marley's Chains. In second place with 34 points, Sterling Cooper. And in first place, just ahead of them, the Miami Dolphins with 35 points. It's a close one. It's a nail biter. So that's going to bring us to, that's going to bring us to our final question of the game. It is your post-credits bonus. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to ask you a question that has 2 correct answers and 1 fake. I'm going to put 1 fake on the table. Each correct answer is worth 3 points. If you get both of them correct, you pick the 2 correct ones, you'll get 6 points. If you pick a correct one and the fake out, you get 0 points. But if you know one, you're like, I know one for sure. But I don't want to gamble it and throw away the other points that I know I will get. You can just pick the one and hit submit. There's no penalty. You'll not get any negative points. You just won't get the bonus if you pick the wrong answer. All right. So tonight we've talked about books and we've talked about unmade sequels. So your bonus question is going to be at the intersection of those 2 categories and topics. All right, your post-credit bonus question for the night. Which 2 novels that were famously adapted into movies have still unmade book sequels? So there's no sequel to the movie, but there is a sequel novel to both of these, to 2 of these, but not a third. Are your 2 movies with book sequels The Devil Wears Prada, American Psycho, or Forrest Gump? Which 2 of these books have sequels in book form? Here we go. 20 seconds. Don't pick the fake out one. You won't get points. And yes, hi, Peter. How's it going? All right. Clock is ticking. Time's just about up.
I feel like this was a trick, but I think I picked the decoy.
It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. So all of these movies, all of these were books first, and 2 of them, the author went on to create more in their story, and those 2 are, there's actually 3 of one of these: The Devil Wears Prada and Forrest Gump. There's a Forrest Gump, Gump and Co. Gump and Company, I guess, if you say it all the way out. This one was a tough one. There is no American Psycho book. American Psycho 2. book. This was probably the biggest stumper final question I've put out there. They almost did make a Gump and Co. sequel with Hanks, and he was gonna meet Princess Diana and OJ. Like he was gonna be in the OJ chase. And they were like, oh, and then 9/11 happened, and they were like, let's not do a Forrest Gump intersecting. Now's not the time. That it was 9/11 that sunk the Forrest Gump sequel. That's what happened. All right. So, all right, let's take a look at your final scores. Ooh, man, shake up here. The Miami Dolphins ended up in 3rd place, but your top 2 teams, they are also your top 2 teams on the season-long leaderboard with 39 points. Marley's Chains is in 2nd, and your winners tonight, the 2nd week in a row with 40 points, Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts. So congrats, good game. That one was tough. No, I do not want a Forrest Gump 2. I don't like Forrest Gump. Keep him in the book. Keep him away from me. All right. So thank you, Phil. It was so much fun to have you back on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Please come back anytime. Everybody check out Thruple. Let me put, where's the, let me see if I still have the link. Yes. It was still on my clipboard. There you go. That's the link to Phil's crowdfunding. So thank you, Phil. It was great to see you.
Great to see you.
All right. So everybody, congrats to our winners. Thank you, everybody, for playing. I hope you had a great time. Trivia League players, head over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com to play the 8:15 game. TMQ players, come back next week. We'll have a brand new quiz for you. In the meantime, stay safe, watch some movies, and have a terrific week. I'll see you back here Wednesday night at 7. McClunky.